ball, and the ball going into NECC's territory now.
Yeah, they're going to have a chance right there, but again... And what I mean is that, as I talk about that Wildfire scores, that is just amazing. For being a sub and do it, yeah, that's his first goal of the series, and being a sub and doing this, you're just showing your team that, hey, let's go, we can do this.
One thing I would love to point out, Wildfire may be a substitute on this Durham roster, but I bet you for about 80% of the other teams at NECC, he's a starter. Because his skill level, you can see it right here. His defense, his offense, both very good. His playmaking, all on point, right? So, I mean, to see him coming in as a sub for Durham just shows how skilled this Durham roster is, right? Like, to see their depth in their roster, to see their fourth player have this amount of skill, very good stuff for the Durham side of things, and very good stuff there for Wildfire to get on the board with a goal. That is something you love to see. Kamal, though, with a huge save, making sure that does not hit the back of his net.
Yeah, and I mean, as you were saying, Durham, how good of a school they are, how good of a program they have for Rocket League, and just unbelievable.
Yeah, cannot agree more with that one there, Carterman. So here we go, the 1-0 lead still in effect here for the side of Durham. And overall, SEC really looking to answer back here shortly. But I mean, overall, haven't been able to find the back of the net yet, and only a minute 45 here remain in this matchup. Drew's gonna blow up Garashi, so Garashi gonna be able to play here for a few seconds. He's already spawned back in. And this ball, oh my god, nice shot, just a little up top. And that's going to hit that crossbar, not going in. Vitaly looking for something there from the aerial position. However, he won't find anything either. Drew's going to keep that in St. Clair's zone. However, that's going to be Garashi looking to take it on the move. Now, going to be in the side of Durham College. This is exactly where St. Clair would like to make a play, but Wildfire going to put a shot on net, and that's going to be a great save from Kamal. Very good shot, though, from Wildfire. Endeavor really looking to make a play here, bouncing us up towards midfield. He's dribbling it. We've seen this done from Endeavor before, unable to complete this, complete the play there. But I mean, overall, you got to give props where it's due. He did a great job of at least dribbling that up and getting it into their zone.
Yeah, you just need shots. The more shots you take, the better chances you have. And unfortunately, for Durham College, their offense this game and game number 3 have been really good. And I mean, the defense for St. Clair's been good, but Durham's just been getting the shots off. And that's, I mean, in order to score, you need shots.
Yeah, could not agree more than there, right? And, you know, in order to score, you need to shoot. It's said in hockey, it's said in soccer, whatever sport you play, like, gotta shoot if you want to score. And it's taught, you know, from all these players from probably right when they first started playing Rocket League, that if you want to get a shot on net, if you want to score, you got to get that shot on net. So very good shot there from the side of Durham. However, going to be an even better defense from SEC. SEC, yes, they may be down 1-0 here in this matchup, but their defense throughout this whole one so far has been immaculate. But Drew's going to find the back of the net once again, makes things much harder on the St. Clair Saints.
Yeah, as you can see, Drew's finally puts one on the board. And Durham has a 2-goal lead with 10 seconds left. This is difficult. It's not impossible, just super difficult for St. Clair to do anything at this point.
Yeah, could not agree anymore. You know, 0 seconds now. That ball's on the ground. Durham going to find that Game 3 win. Looks like we're going to be heading to a Game 4, folks. St. Clair College, they're still leading the series 2-1. But Durham, they're able to bite back and get a map on the board. So very good stuff there from the Durham side of things. And that is what we like to see. You know, I don't like to see sitting here watching blowouts after, you know, 3-0 after 3-0 after 3-0. We love to see go to a Game 5. Everyone's battling for it. It goes to OT. Just bring you guys some immaculate content. So here we go. We're heading to Game 4 now. Number folks should not be too long at all till we're into it. And look at this. Only 1 more second remaining. Here we go. Game number 4 underway. SEC leading the series 2-1 over Durham College. However, early shot on the net from Garashi, and that almost went in the net.
But a big save by Wildfire right there. That's what, as Endeavor, gonna get a shot, but another save by Durham. I believe that was Vitaly with a huge save. St. Clair is all over him early on in this game number 4 match.
Yeah, so I mean, very, very excited to see how things play out here. Very good shot on the net there from Drew's Clues. and overall, Drewsku's going to get a demolition on Endeavor shortly after. So, I mean, Drewsku's just really going off there, doing it all, taking out one of the players and getting a shot on that net. So good stuff there from him. St. Clair, in this last, the first minute of this game and the last 5 minutes of the last one, it looks like they've been struggling a lot more keeping this ball in the other team's territory, right? Getting good shots on net. Like Arashi there, he really didn't have to shoot it that early there. That's what's going to result in the shot going wide. So St. Clair looking a little antsy here on the offensive side of things.
Yeah, I think they just want to end the series. They want to capture the win, but I mean they need to calm down, collect themselves, and realize, hey, there's still 3 games, two games, and you can't rush it. You have to play the game by each moment and to secure the win.
Yeah,
It's just like that. Drewsku scores after a gorgeous pass from Vitaly.
You got to give credit to where it's due, right? Very gorgeous pass, like you were saying. And he just hit that at a perfect angle to really knock that in right to about 90 degrees to the left of him, to the right of him, getting that knocked in the net. So very good stuff there from this side of Durham. And Vitaly opening this one up early with a demolition on a Kamal. Going to make things a little tougher for the SEC side of things, considering they really only had 2 players on offense there.
Yeah, that's just bad bounce off Kamal's car. Thank God for, I believe that was Endeavor in net.
Yeah. However, though, we do see the SEC boys with that 3-man weave I was just talking about a few maps ago, hitting on the offensive side of things here now. Looking a little difficult. Kamal gonna win that 50-50 in the air. Endeavor looking to put a shot on the net. Nice little bounce. It's not gonna go in the pole. Sitting right for the net. Knocked in. It dribbles in. Endeavor gonna find the goal. Oh my God, your St. Clair Saints are gonna tie this one up 1-1, and what a goal. Endeavor gonna put that in the back of the net. I mean, I was so worried there for a second as the ball was kind of just bouncing around in the front of the net. It was so concerning to me. However, the St. Clair Saints gonna tie this one up, put it to overtime at least at this point in time. DC looking to find another goal though, and make sure they can build themselves a little bit of a cushion, and that's almost like chance there. Come on, gonna make sure that ball doesn't go in though. Very good defense from him.
Yeah, and I mean Vitaly had the save, and then Drewsku almost had to save their last goal, but I mean St. Clair finally got their luck in, and that's gonna be centered.
Yeah, very
Endeavor,
good center, but Endeavor not able to complete the play, just being a little bit contested there in the middle of the net. But overall, this is going to now be Vitaly taking the ball out of enemy's territory, but just like that, that's going to be Kamal, I believe, putting it back in. And overall, now Endeavor going to be the man on defense, going to keep that in DC's zone. So St. Clair College really keeping the pressure up here now like they did in the first 2 games, which is what we'd like to see. It worked out quite well for them there. So if they just keep this up, and it looks like they are going to do so right here, right now. Endeavor looking for that shot, and that's going to hit the back of the net, folks. Endeavor now going to score there, and that is 2 goals for him in this one. He is absolutely popping off because constantly finding the back of the net. Wow, oh wow, folks, here. I am loving casting this one so far. SCC really making this one interesting.
Yeah, and you can see their communication must be good because Kamal just got away from the ball as fast as he could to let Endeavor get the shot off, and it turned out St. Clair's got their first lead of the game since game number 2.
Yeah, exactly. So very good stuff there from them, taking that 1-goal lead. Not so comfortable though, right? I mean, there's still 1 minute 40 seconds remaining on the clock. St. Clair only leading by 1, so all it takes is DC to really get 1 good shot, and that's an easy tie-up game for them. So still a little bit concerning. However, if you are from the side of the St. Clair Saints, you got to be happy that you do have a lead in this one. And at this time, you kind of just want to waste time, right? Like, you do not want anything to happen. You just want this ball to be bouncing around in midfield. I mean, you'd love to get another goal in the net. However, you would just much rather just them not score a goal at all. So, I mean, overall, if you are from the St. Clair Saints, defense is what we're really looking to see here shortly. Great stuff there from Kamal bouncing it out.
Yeah, that was close right there. But, I mean, St. Clair's, their defense is looking better in game number 4 than it did in game 3. And even their offense and their ball control, they definitely are a lot better this game coming. And, I mean, like I said, you have to take each game second by second, really. So...
yeah, for sure. And you know what? That ball is going to be in SEC territory, but going to be looking to get knocked out here in a second. Endeavor does a great job there of putting down enemy territory. Kamal looking to score. That ball is going to hit the back of the net. Your St. Clair Saints Going to take a 3-1 lead here now in this one. The St. Clair Saints really looking good here now. Only 30 seconds remain. And you know what? Going to be very difficult on Durham here to try to, force this game 5.
Yeah, definitely. They need to do something here really quick. Time, 30 seconds left. Time ticks, and it doesn't stop ticking. Drew's Clues almost had to try to bring it in with the aerial dribble, but nothing there.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? 15 seconds remaining. I just really don't see this one kind of happening here for Durham anymore now, Kermit. Like, the 2-goal lead, very different from that 1-goal lead from the Saints. Going to make things very difficult on the side of DC. I mean, Endeavor just going to get another one in the net, and that is going to seal the win off of the Saints. There's no way you can score 3 goals in 5 seconds. It's just not a realistic task. So that is going to be your St. Clair Saints really looking to take this next game here. And I mean, to be completely honest, Durham, I don't really think you're going to see them trying too much here in these last 5 seconds because, what can you do even, really? Like, yeah, Vitali tries to there, but as soon as that kickoff is contested, next thing you know, as soon as this ball hits the ground, it is a game over, folks. Right there, your St. Clair Saints going to win this one 3-1, and they are actually going to take their first series on Durham College in this season, and that's going to advance them now to a 7-1 record, I believe. Yep. Yeah, that's a 7-1 record now, matching Durham College. So we're going to have a 21-8 map record, where Durham College is going to actually have a 21-9. No, 22-9. 22-9.
Yeah, 22-9, and St. Clair's gonna have
21-8.
21-8. So I mean,
very close.
Yeah, very close. So I still believe St. Clair will be in still the 2nd seed, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they still will be the 2nd seed, but I mean, to be completely honest, this is now way closer than what it was previously. So the Saints have to be happy there with that win. And now in these following weeks, they have to worry less about, that win, but more about those 3-0 wins, those wins that can really put them above Durham in these seedings. So that's going to be one thing to really keep an eye out for, is if St. Clair gets a dominant win here now in these next few weeks, going to be way more valuable than a dominant win previously.
Yeah, and I mean, going into next week or last week, if somehow, some way, they get through, Durham loses 3-0, and we win 3-0, we could take top spot, number 1 seed going into playoffs. But I mean, next week we got Montclair State University, so they're a pretty solid team, and I casted for them earlier in the season.
I mean, Montclair is sitting at 4-3 with a 14-14 record, so they're about as even as it gets, right in the middle of the pack. So St. Clair College should be able to take that next game here up against Montclair. However, should be a battle nonetheless. Could really like to see how that one plays out. However, guys, quick schedule update for you guys, what you guys can expect to see later on in the rest of this week. So, guys, we got Wednesday, 8 p.m. Actually, that is tomorrow. What am I saying? Yeah, Wednesday, 8 p.m. EST, March 31st. To close out the month, we got Fortnite Play versus Trios. You guys saw the ad there throughout the last game. Make sure you guys go check that out. It's going to be a banger. More Play versus action coming on April 1st, the Thursday, with some doubleheader Rocket League action. Now, that is actually going to be a banger as well. More Rocket League action. I know all you guys should be tuned in for that one. Then shortly after, the next day, Friday, April 2nd, some Rainbow Six Siege, and I think that's a collegiate Rainbow Six Siege League. And then this April 3rd, Saturday, 7 p.m., we have Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War and the Active Blizzard League. Going to be a good one there. The Saints have really been looking a little bit more solid here lately in these past few weeks. So let's hope they can continue on with what they've been doing lately. And finally, Monday, about 6 days from now, April 4th, 7 p.m., we have Overwatch Play Versus. So tons of Play Versus for you guys coming up in this next week or so. Make sure you guys all tune in. I know that I'll be on the mic for some of these. I know Kermit will be on the mic for some of these Rocket League doubleheaders. Whatever it may be, guys, make sure you come in here and check it out. So, guys, overall, big win for the St. Clair Saints. Really appreciate all you guys, the viewers, tuning in. One more shout out to our sponsors real quick, because it would not be possible without them. Thank you to St. Clair College Alumni Association, PC Outlet, the Zeckelman School of Business and Information Technology, St. Clair College, Tim Hortons, and the St. Clair SRC. Like I was saying, would not be possible to put on this production without them. So, guys, thank you so much for coming in here, supporting us, supporting our sponsors, whatever it may be. We appreciate all you guys. And you know what? One final thing. You guys want to get some amazing jerseys like this one I got on, do a little bit of a fashion show here. Really nice jerseys from myself and Kermit. If you guys want to get some of these current jerseys, I know we already said it before. Saints merch drop. We got masks, we got jerseys, we got hoodies, we got pro jackets. Make sure you go to acquire.com / I think it's Saints Gaming or Saints, whatever it may be. It's right here. Yeah, / Saints. You guys can make sure you go get some St. Clair Saints apparel, all looking phenomenal. Feels very comfortable. This weather is getting warmer. Maybe get yourself a t-shirt or something. Enjoy this nice weather. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Jackson Deprived Brown, joined alongside Nicholas Kermit Maloche. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you all in the next one.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Jeez, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Welcome to the NECC. Tonight, a fight of familiar foes. In week 1, Montclair State took an exciting 5-game win against Kings College Red. Kings College Red, currently the only team not in the playoffs in the Champions Division on the Eastern Conference. And tonight, we'll see if they can make a case that they deserve some screen time come April. Monarchs, Cyberhawks, let's get it cracking. My name is Ethan Dolan, probably better known as Nelhad, and tonight, the iconic caster duo from Muncie, Indiana. I'm joined alongside Grant. How are we feeling?
We are feeling on fire, especially after the last series. A fun one, regardless of the outcome. I am ready for the third match of our day here on the NECC. Yeah, that's right. I drew that myself. I call myself a little bit of an artist, Ethan.
Hey, you know what? A man of many, many talents. He can cast.
Aww.
He can look beautiful. All right.
Oh.
He's a soothsayer with the words. Ladies, I think he's single. I'm just putting it out there, all right? But
I can confirm.
a man of many talents indeed, and Kings College is going to need players of many talents tonight if they want to find their second win on the season, Grant. They have been struggling a little bit down in the dumps, living in the basement of the Eastern Champions Conference. What can be done for them if they're trying to dig themselves out of this hole? Where does it start for you, a team that just really needs to turn things around?
I think whenever you find yourselves in a rut in Rocket League, you really got to start by just picking up your pace, because it is all about pace nowadays. If you can beat your opponent to the ball, attack after attack, you're going to find yourselves on the offense for extended periods of times. And then from there, it's just all about boost management and how long you can stay with the play instead of leaving for that dreaded back boost, God forbid.
Yeah. Absolutely. We talked about how Kings College Red here is at 1-6, last place in the East Champions Division. However, Montclair State sitting at 4-3 in 5th place. 7th place is the cutoff for the playoffs. So they are fighting for something tonight as well, Grant. This isn't just Kings College has a lot to prove. They've got nothing to lose at this point. Kings College can come in, play however they want, however they need to. I think that gives them some sort of edge. You know, you don't really know what being out of the playoffs is like unless you're that one team that's in 7th place. And for Kings College, they've been there for a little bit of time, but we're going to see if that energy can transfer over onto the pitch. We are underway here in game number 1.
Well, Ethan, before we get too far into game number 1, I got to get your predictions. Montclair State or Kings Red? Who are you going with?
Kings Red, big upset. Give me a full 5er. This is about to be a stacked cast. I hope that you brought some caffeine to stay awake for this one. Clever, certainly bringing the boost there. Big demo to kick things off, Grant. Who you got here?
I've got the opposition. I am going with Montclair State because I noticed one important statistic, and that is how they took it to Durham, one of the most feared teams on the NECC. But man, it is Montclair. My prediction starting off strong with 1-0.
Starting off strong indeed. Legacy able to just put this one in. The defensive rotations not quite there for Kings. Solid start for the Cyberhawks. This game is still young, and already they have come out the gate swinging here, Grant. Legacy trying to find a play here off the wall, but there is Gilmore Boys. Solid bit of defense right there. DAFC not finding exactly what they're looking for, and here comes the offensive attack yet again.
I'm loving the solo efforts we're seeing from Legacy early on in these offensive attacks. Really, really well done jobs, and it forces some pressure and buys their teammates some times, especially when they go for those air dribble plays. It's a great time to buy time, and that's what Legacy loves to do. Now it's the AFC up for this one. Pugsies to the back wall. Great rotations from Montclair as they stand right now. They're back on the offense. Shots rolling in quick. Clever with a great pinch and clear. Lifey with the return to the backboard. Gilmore gets that cleared to the side wall, and now they've got space to take it on their own if they can just get it through. DAFC, they can. No, it's over in front and through Pugsies. Lifey misses this one. Legacy out to the midfield. Gilmore down. DAFC got a demo on Gilmore as they came in swooping for it, but they've yet to get in front of the net, really. Great job by Kings to keep the ball out of the danger zone.
Yeah, absolutely. Looked like that opportunity there with that demo. Didn't quite come to fruition. Here's Lifey up on the back end. Clever coming through. Oh, Legacy, someone's got to be there. Dapsy able to take that one out with ease. Scary, scary moment for Kings Red there for just a second. Lifey trying to find some defense here with Dapsy, playing this one to the sidewall. But there is Clever keeping it alive. Lifey plays it to the middle of the field. Dapsy coming through. A little bit of midfield play. Gilmore boys on the back end trying to set something up here for Kings. They've been a little bit stagnant. One solid opportunity. I'm looking for them, Grant, to find more opportunities down the stretch here at open goals.
Right, but you cannot beat this composure of Montclair as they look to get their second goal. They stay on those defensive lines so calm and steady. They just wait for it to come in front of the net, and then they calmly handle it. You saw that last nail biter of a clear from Dapsy, just steering it out of here. Now the attack as Dapsy makes up for the 2 misses from their teammates. Gilmore with a save and a half off the crossbar. It's cleared out. Now Clever's got the counterattack, not unless Dapsy had something to say about it.
Yeah, Dapsy, great demo there to just take away a lot of the momentum. Pugsy's trying to find something solid center. Clever up for it. Not going to find the clear there. Solid bit of defense here from the Cyberhawks. There's Lifey trying to keep this play alive, playing it into the corner. Lifey not going to find anything there. Dapsy, good bit of defense. Pugsy's coming through. That's looking solid, but Lifey there once again, a good save. The Cyberhawks are holding on, but all of a sudden, Kings College is pouring on the offense here, Grant.
Yes, they are. Here's a breakaway in front of net. Gilmore with a fake over the top. Can't get it through Pugsies. No, they can't finish. The 50 save is wide. And somehow Montclair hold it down with that aforementioned composure. You love to see defense like that.
Everything in the world showed you that a goal should have been scored there, but Grant, composure, the key word. They kept cool, calm, collected, composed, and they keep the lead as well. Just a minute to go. Clever, can they find something? Not right there, but here comes the offensive attack. Gilmore boys going to get their lunch money taken by Lifey, who's down on the other end, trying to set up some offense. Clever playing out of the corner, but there is Lifey once again. Pugsies, solid, clear. Lifey playing it off. These two teams just caught in the midfield for the time being, but Dapsy coming through. Solid bumps going to stop that offensive opportunity.
Ooh, Clever blocks a near shot. Dapsy capitalizes on the mishap mechanically, and now it's 2-0. You watch Legacy steer in for this one, puts it off the dome of Clever, and Dapsy just cleans it all up, and the smoke clears. It's 2-0, 36 to go.
36 seconds to go indeed, Grant. Beautiful bit of offense right there. Kings just not showing up with the defensive composure and consistency we see on the other end, but that shot, wow. Lifey keeping them alive right there. Legacy on the back end to clean up the garbage. Clever coming through. The Cyberhawks looking very strong here. 18 on the clock. They need a miracle, and they're not going to find it. Dapsy putting the final nail in this coffin.
And again, it's Legacy's passes, man. Dapsy just up and underneath. Through Clever, gets it all cleaned up again. That's their second goal of the series, but Legacy's second assist. Lifey getting the goal over to Legacy, I would imagine, as the scoreboard tells us. 10 seconds to go, though. It is all looking to the next game for Kings College and what they can do. They've struggled a lot to get some offense rolling, shots on net, and it's just Montclair that have been able to do it all series long.
Yeah, Dapsy putting in that last one. That's got to sting just a little bit as time expires. A 4-0 win for the Cyberhawks over the Monarchs here in game number 1. But hey, it's not over yet. That's the beauty of the best of 5 format, all right? They got time, Grant. But time does feel like it's going to start to slip out here if they continue to play like that. In your mind, what can the Monarchs do to turn this performance around, to find some offensive opportunity here in game number 2?
It's a little hard to tell, but we can go on a bit of just common factors that you can work out within your team. Like I mentioned, we talked about speed before the series even began. We saw Montclair pick it up real quickly, start beating to the ball, getting those clears, utilizing the side walls and getting creative in the way that they went out for pass plays. Legacy was also there with those solo efforts. So Kings are just having a hard time matching that potential, matching that skill level of the opposition. mentioned, they need to get up in the faces. They need to make themselves effective, and they need to be more confident than they've ever been, because right now they're playing a bit too spaced out when they should try to keep it a little closer together, especially on the offense.
Yeah, I think confidence is key when going up, finding plays out of the midfield and generating offensive opportunity. Kings just did not do enough, and when they did, the Cyberhawks, hailing from Montclair, just absolutely stepped it up on the defensive end. Grant, very impressed at how their defense tightened up when they needed it most. We'll see if that trend continues here in game number 2.
We can only hope to see something different. If you are a Kings College fans, Gilmore is going to put this off of the corner. Early shot doesn't come through. Clever's already back for this one. Pugsies leaves it for them. Shot on goal. Yes, sir. Clever with it.
Clever finding the goal that Kings College needed right there, and in a big way, finding an early scoring opportunity. Solid start for them, Grant.
A very solid start indeed. Just a great cleanup from the midfield. The pressure builds, and it only took them 15 seconds, so getting early with the kickoff goals, that might be the way to go here. But now we're in for the long game. Gilmore on the defense, punches it out to midfield. Pugsies takes over, now takes it up the wall for Kings College. Legacy passes it back to Lifey, a very narrow, short play. This one's blocked by their own teammate. Gilmore sends it right back in. The offense continues. Here's what we're talking about, though. I don't know if you can see it on screen, but Clever has just left for that big boost. This allows a bit of space for Montclair to regain themselves. Clever, though, makes it back in time. Great recovery speeds to get back involved. That's what we love to see. 4:08 now back to midfield. Gilmore can't capitalize. Needed that one. Needed to put the pressure and the sting on Montclair if they just can. We're now under a minute expired.
Yeah, indeed, and my stream is actually cut off from the spectator viewer, Grant, so you are indeed flying blind here in the midst of game number 2.
Well, I think you're the one flying blind here, so you better get something installed in your brain and become a Cyberhawk so you can see what's actually going on here, Ethan. Well, I guess we just call the rest of this one as we see it. You let me know when you're back, but this one is right in front of the net. Pugsies can't make it up for Kings College. Lifey's got space, doesn't get the fake out. Needed to cut sooner. Clever picks up the boost steal. This one's back out. Gilmore to the backboard. Lifey up high to the ceiling. Clever should get the catch on this one. If they turn, they do. They've got Legacy to beat. Flick over one. Doesn't get the third. Almost a runaway goal. Very well handled solo effort. And that's the thing, is Clever and Legacy, both on opposing sides, have those solo efforts to pull out when it matters most. And we see Clever hold the only goal for Kings College in game number 2.
Indeed, as the stream is back here, Dafsy clearing that one on the back end. Pugsy's not going to find the angle they're looking for there. 2:45 to go on the clock. Gilmore boys, good contest. Going to keep this offense possession alive. Look at this effort here, setting it up with the teammates. Not quite there to follow up. Pugsy's finally does come through. Gilmore boys not going to find it there. Now scrambling back on defense. Going to be able to save that one. 2.5 on the clock. Solid opportunity, but the Monarchs just can't quite convert.
Oh man, so many great opportunities for both sides, unable to convert. Gilmore boys being clutch on defense, but also being clutch as a playmaker. Maybe the stats don't show it, but I tell you what, they are setting up pass after pass off the backboard, and that's why they're not getting credit for it on the scoreboard, and that's why points just don't matter in Rocket League. But you see them always coming from that side wall, off the backboard, sends it midfield, always there to set it up. A quick player. It should be Kings College game here in game 2 if this kind of pace keeps up. But Lifey baits in one. Clever does make it back in the nick of time. Legacy gets dunked. Here's Gilmore again to the backboard for themselves. No! The double tap angle is off and out of here. Lifey in a 1v1 situation to tie the game. Pugsies just gets a touch on it. Stalls for Gilmore to get back. And now they can move. A clear comes through. Minute 30 to go. It's starting to tighten in and get close.
Absolutely. I think we're going to be looking at Lifey 1v1 for a little bit here if this game does indeed go the way of Kings College. Clever, not finding anything here, Grant. The pace is just absolutely frantic here down the stretch. 1:15 on the clock. Gilmore boys up, tries to get a touch onto that one. Legacy trying to keep it alive, but there is Clever. Back flipping Gilmore boys looking for the defensive angle. That one's going to go just high. That one just wide. They can't find either shot opportunity, but here's Legacy keeping the possession alive. Puts it over, looking for the double tap. There it is, Gilmore boys!
Goodness. So close. You see it happen each and every time, but it's just narrow margins that separate the good from the great here in game number 2. Kings College still hold the lead. They want to tie this series 1-1, and like we said before we started, the last time these two teams met was way back in week number 1. It went to all 5 games, and we could see the very same thing play out again. These teams have been grinding and practicing since then, and they want a different outcome.
Absolutely, they do. Gilmore boys here trying to send that one. C trying to keep the hopes alive. That save there in the corner going to keep the Cyberhawks hopes alive. Can they find something here? C on the offensive end. They missed opportunity. Oh, it's going to be just north of the goalpost. The Cyberhawks had one shot there, and they may find another. Gilmore boys trying to put this one down. Kept up by Legacy. We've seen some heroics here in the NECC before. That stays up. C keeps it on the wall. There's Punties. Oh, it's still up. Hold on just a second. Legacy, what can they find? And it's nothing but the Cyberhawks with back-to-back chances at the very end. They squander them both. And in a low-scoring affair, Kings College Red takes game number 2.
Goodness gracious, we were so close at the very end. One shot opportunity was left, and it was blown just that much. Separated the crossbar and that opening. Goodness, does it get any closer than that? This one is getting away with murder for Kings College. I cannot believe what we have just witnessed.
Yeah, a lot of shots on goal there down the stretch for the Cyberhawks, but they couldn't just find the one they were looking for, Grant. This series so close here in game number 2. Kings College, they really locked down on defense. Very impressed. You talked about composure. You talked about consistency in game number 1. That's what I saw Kings College embrace here a little bit in game number 2. Not saying there weren't any mishaps from the Cyberhawks side. That crossbar should have probably been a goal if they were playing a little bit better. But Kings with their own mistakes. That double touch, double tap, they couldn't quite find the angle on it. So mishaps on both sides. Ultimately, Kings takes game number 2.
Man, so close though. I thought it was going to go the complete other way, but Kings College, they will take what they can get. We move on in to game number 3, tied 1 apiece. Now, here's something I think we should talk about is C, someone who has been a little bit absent in that last game too, when they were so present before, scoring 2 of the 3 goals for their squad in Montclair. What, I've already forgotten. Look at me go. Montclair State. No, I was right. See, sometimes you just double back on yourself, but that's how this game has turned out here. Shot just goes wide. Gilmore boys takes it over. Lifey through the corner. Gilmore again to the ceiling, leaves it out. Lifey and C work with what they're given. Off the sidewall, Clever's got a shot not quick enough or high enough. Legacy gets a save credited to their name. Now 2 left on the defense. Pugsies can't quite clear just yet. Gilmore rotating ball side, not allowing as much of a clear space for Pugsies to push. It could bring some question marks in the communication, so always making sure to make those wide rotations is super important, especially the success and pressure of Kings College.
Success and pressure indeed. Lifey trying to play this one out. Gilmore boys dropping it down, but there's C coming through as a said, Grant, looking for a bigger performance out of them. Legacy going to not find a touch there, but Lifey on the back end to save it. Taps it up, solid opportunity, but Gilmore boys right there with the save. C, bit of a breakaway, looking for something, finds a clear there, passes over to Lifey. Not going to find the angle. Beautiful opportunity, but in comes Legacy, and a big save right there. Kings College going to keep this game tied for the time being.
Gosh, it's so close. I feel like that's the only thing I can say, because what other words do you use for close? I don't even know, but Legacy makes sure that this time there is no defender around to make it close. It's 1-0 Montclair.
1-0 in indeed. Legacy paying that one home. The defense caught asleep right there. Montclair taking it. The Cyberhawks soaring here early on. 3 minutes to go, and they have a 1-0 lead. But, man, these have been some low-scoring affairs here, Grant. Each point counts so much when these two teams play against each other.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Each point matters, each point counts, but man, each shot needs to count right about now. We see so many opportunities just blocked away. There's DAFC when they need to step up for 2 goals.
Yeah, DAFC coming through, and you said you were looking for them last game, didn't find it. Well, here you go. 2:45 on the clock, coming through with another goal right there. The Cyberhawks up 2 goals to none. Montclair looking, or excuse me, Kings Red looking dead out there, and it's only going to continue. DAFC with the kickoff goal. They are just pouring it on right now, Grant.
Nice. It was just a very narrow miss from Clever on kickoff. DAFC takes advantage for 3-0. And man, they're stepping up. Maybe they go for it again here. No speed flip this time. I don't even think the last one was a speed flip, but I thought they could have pulled it out there. They could have convinced me. DAFC, though, looks for this drop down. Oh my goodness, almost read it off the ground bounce. But this is the thing I'm talking about for Montclair right now. The thing that's really bugging me is all these passing opportunities that they get and their inability to connect and convert. It's a huge question mark area for them right now. They're unable to execute, and maybe Lifey can take this one and try to do something differently, but they can't. Pass across to Lifey again, passes it right back in, fake in front of the net. Almost caught the defense off guard. These pass plays, they work until the last attacker who needs to score the goal. Now, luckily, they've got 3 goals to their name right now, and they don't have to worry about not making them, and that just allows more warm-up space and maybe some hot space off the demos, and the bump plays. Lifey can't get up there. Montclair will have to wait for their next huge opportunity to get a 4th.
Yeah, Grant, and yeah, as I said, regardless of them being able to convert these opportunities or not, up 3 goals right now. Kings College has to find a way to punish them for not being able to convert on these very solid passes, and that's what I'd be looking for heading into game number 4, as this one is getting close to being wrapped up. 1:35 on the clock. They have to find ways to punish this somewhat sloppy Montclair offense at times. They look solid when there's no one in goal, but they just can't find ways to get around that final defender. They can't find ways to convert, and we're going to see if that becomes a factor in the next game.
I guess you can just give credit to the other side, Kings College, their defense holding strong and holding true. Just unfortunately, everything but everything other than the passing plays, they are unable to block. Legacy almost gets that solo play. We keep our eyes on them and maybe even glued. This one bounces dangerously. No one from Montclair around. This is the thing I'm talking about with leaving too early. You want to stick with the play as long as you can. Never leave for the big boost. The big dunk doesn't come through, and the big reads don't either. Montclair miss another one, leaving the ball for Kings College. It's up high. Lifey misses a little bit of contact there. Dangerous in front of net, but Clever gets the first for Kings.
Clever putting it in indeed, and yeah, very solid goal right here. Put it through. I think Legacy O-goaled it though. I think, okay. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Legacy knocked it in. It looked like Clever could have an opportunity to breakaway goal about 10 seconds prior to that one as well. They couldn't convert. Kings falling victim for some missing opportunities of themselves. DAFC going to be following this one up. I was going to say what should have been an easy goal. Missing that one just barely wide right. Hitting the inner post right there. Gilmore boys playing a bit of defense, trying to get this one out of their own corner. Not going to be able to do it. Clever is there for the save, but DAFC saying, hold on just a second. I'm not done yet. Lifey on the back end. Here's Clever looking for it again. Not going to find it. And there's the defense. Kings College, where was this offense earlier in the game? That you needed it earlier. You got down on that 3-0 hole, and it was just too little, too late. Kings College falls victim to the Cyberhawks here in game number 2, and they are just 1 game away from taking the series.
Yes, indeed they are. Pardon me while I turn on my light. We'll change the color. You know what? Why not? Let's let's get fancy here, shall we? Just change the color, something a little less warm, adjust the brightness, and maybe we can see King's College adjust their brightness in their game sense along the way. Right now, they struggle with getting that offense. It's the same story that we saw in game number 1. It's kind of a tragic tale because we see such good things come from them in game 2, and they're able to prevent the other team from making their pushes into offense. This game was just right back to where they started. They got to pick up that pace again. They got to get in the faces because we saw a lot of good beats in game number 2. We need to see that come back out of the box and onto the pitch.
Yeah, finding it on the pitch is a very, very important thing. If you're going to do it all other places and not bring it on the pitch, you might as well just stay home. Grant, I'm very encouraged, though, at King's College offense in the final half minute of that game. They really brought it together. They really generated some solid opportunities. I think that if they can play how they played in the last 30 seconds for an entirety of a game, that we may have a series on our hands. Grant, what do you love to say about Game 4s?
Oh, it is where you find out where teams are from and what they are made of. Credit to my boy Leachy for that one. Always got to give him a shout out. We will figure out what these teams have got in the bag, in store for us, and maybe Daffsy can take this one to the checkout aisle. They can't. Pugsy blocks it to the side. Legacy through to the back side of the field. Gilmore carries it out, but Lifey's already back into it. This is already swarming pressure from Montclair. Great block on the defensive side to push it out for now. Lifey has to retreat, but definitely forced to touch off Clever, being so scary, so spooky to play with. Legacy with another clear. Gilmore tries to stall it in the midfield. They succeed. Lifey with a big clear, though. Daffsy up for it. Fake looks to the double back around. They don't get there. Legacy leaves it for Daffsy again. Clever throws the flick over. Legacy, they've got some room to run. Bumps from Gilmore, getting a little dicey. Oh, and the pass goes way across. Clever tries to make it back up and make it back in. It's unsuccessful. Daffsy taking the scenic route out to midfield. Gilmore's up for it, and they beat him out there. No offensive pressure just yet for either side. It's kind of a tennis match as we see it right now.
Yeah, both teams kind of just playing the backboard, bouncing off one another, not finding any real opportunity. First of all, chat call me handsome. Get on out of here with that. Second of all,
they're right, though.
Trying to make an impact. Pugsy's there with the save. Lifey on the other end. I like what I'm seeing out of both teams in the midfield grid. I just want to see them transfer it into some offensive possessions here. There's Legacy along with Lifey making a save. Lifey trying to clear this one out. Not able to do that super successfully, but here they are on the back wall trying to set up. And look at the swarming play here in the midfield from both teams. They just can't find goals off it. They just can't find opportunities. That may change here. No, wide right. Pugsy's trying to set it up. There's Gilmore, boys, and they're going to find it. King's College striking first blood here in game number 4.
It all came down to the shot placement from Gilmore, boys. Put it under and behind Daffsy, the one place that they couldn't reach, and that got past the other 70% of the net. We talk about pace, we talk about speed, and how much teams are able to bring that here and bring that pressure. It's the name of the game right now. They brought it out, but it all comes down to quality of shots, shot accuracy, shot placement, execution, conversion, everything that has to do with the main point of the game, scoring more goals than your teammate. And by that abundance of words, you can tell that there is so much more that goes into it than just scoring a goal.
Absolutely. Montclair's got to keep their mental game right. They've got to stay positive. Shouldn't be hard to do considering that Lifey radiates an aura of pure positive energy, Grant, and it's hard to not be euphoric around him according to chat. Big save right there. Lifey doing their thing. Clever coming through. Can't quite find it. There's Daffsy clearing off the top half. Legacy playing into the side wall. Daffsy, bit of a clear. Here's Clever on the back end. Able to play some solid defense right there and completely demolish any momentum that the Cyberhawks had on that possession. Here we do see Daffsy trying to get their hands on the ball. Can't do it. Lifey looking for the center. Absolutely blown up by Gilmore, boys. Not having any of that on the defensive end.
Nothing yet, but Lifey's got the double off the sidewall. Swings it back around. Clever's there for the clear out long. They might have another touch here. They don't beat out Legacy. They sacrifice themselves, but they know they've got some trusty teammates in Gilmore Boys and Pugsies in the back to hold it down on the defensive end. Legacy puts this through one. This 50 game has been another big factor here and how you can continue your offensive pressure, but this is a huge beat. A big dunk from Lifey, now a shot from Legacy under the defense and through for the equalizer.
What a goal here. My goodness, Legacy just putting the ball exactly where it had to be, right beneath Clever, who had a very solid guess. I mean, it looked like a good bit of defense right there, but put the ball to one place that it would score, and we're all knotted up here at one with a minute and some change here in game number 4. Kings College trying to push this series to a 5th game. We're going to see if they're able to get there down the stretch. Clever not finding the contact they needed to clear the ball right there. Ooh, the center just a little bit right. Legacy can't get it, but Life trying to keep the possession alive. Pugsies not getting the contact they wanted either. Bit of sloppy play here from both sides coming out of that last goal.
Here's a shot opportunity for the incoming attackers. Clever sends it down. It bounces. Lifey's got a big clear and a big air dribble to follow up on it. Gilmore caught off guard. Legacy with the solo effort doesn't rotate out of that flip in the way that they wanted to. Daffsy fires a shot. It's popped up high. Pugsies has a clear. No, it's Gilmore instead who takes over. This is a 1v1 situation. Legacy gets there first, sees a teammate, an option on the left side. Daffsy has to go back up or it wastes their boost. Clever now puts it out front. Pugsies needs a huge clear here. They get it downfield. Gilmore opts out for the boost instead. Daffsy's jumped out of the play. Clever blocked by Lifey. Now Daffsy up from the sidewall once more. Gilmore down low, gets beat out by Lifey. It's a fight between these two, and not only these individuals, but the teams teetering and tottering on the goal line, but it's blocked out by Pugsies. Kings College still surviving. 10 seconds to go if they want to force this overtime, unless they can go big right here and score right in front of them. No, it's blocked by Lifey. Oh my goodness, the margins don't get closer, and we get overtime.
And Daffsy on the crackback almost had a goal of their own, which would have sent the Cyberhawks home winners. But alas, not meant to be here. We found ourselves in overtime. Pugsy's trying to start it off strong, but there's Lifey with the defense. Clever is here. Grant, we have seen some low-scoring affairs. It only feels right that we finally found overtime. Pugsy's can't find it. Gilmore Boys can't find it. Oh my gosh, a frantic pace here for Kings, but they cannot find the goal on either opportunity.
This is close. It's all I have to say. Maybe it's the catchphrase of this series, but it just keeps going back and forth. Such great talent, great players on this field, but we can only know the goods from the greats based on who can score first. Now, a reminder, we are sitting on match point if we see, I believe, Montclair. But correct me if I'm wrong, Ethan. If Montclair, if
Montclair
they
is
score,
up 2 games to 1 here.
Oh
Kings.
boy.
It's very close. More knotted up than a new pair of shoes on a rainy day, and that may end right here. Gilmore Boys with a big save, going to be able to keep that one alive. Lifey looking for in the back end, but Pugsies is already up. Not going to get the touch there. There's the 50. Pugsies, oh my gosh, just absolutely playing like a blindfolded bear in a butcher shop, going everywhere and everywhere quick. Not going to find it there. Gilmore Boys can't find the touch they want. Luckily, Pugsies, who else? There on the back end, been a bit of a hero here in overtime, doing everything well. Just can't quite find the goal. Here is Clever. Wide right again. They can't find the goal they're looking for, Grant.
I'm telling you, if you want to see a game 5, we need to see the blue team score. Gilmore threatening along the side wall. They send it away for the other side. Clever waits there for the touch from Daffsy, leaves it back for Pugsy's. Great communication and rotations. I'm loving the trust. It looks favorable for Kings College, and they are the ones who need to score now if they want to keep this series alive. It's up for Lifey. Shot to the back wall. They get bumped out of the play. Oh my goodness, a nail biter as this 4th game has become. Gilmore Boys back up to the corner. Legacy and Daffsy with a bit of a double commit leaves Lifey up front to push for the last hope of the offense here. 2 minutes and 30 seconds into overtime, half a game of Rocket League already played out of regulation. It just keeps going. These teams are neck and neck.
Oh, solid center right there, but there's no follow-up. Once again, that last shot opportunity going wide, right? DAFC there for the clear, being able to find some separation, but here comes Clever, not able to find the second contact on that ball. Pugsies is up, DAFC the center, Lifey, that one's gonna be a little too tall. Legacy trying to find something, but there's Clever coming through. Good piece of communication from Kings, and they need it here down the stretch. They're up, oh my gosh, Pugsies has been everywhere all at once in this overtime, but they need a little bit more out of the rest of the team. Trying to find it here. Kings, solid touch, Clever, but Legacy is up for the defense, plays it into the corner, and there is Lifey chasing it out. Pugsies keeping the possession alive, trying their best, but there is Legacy winning out that 50.
Goodness, I am just speechless at how close we can keep this game. I feel like we could go all day based on what we're seeing here, but it's only a matter of time before something gives here. Clever swings around the back end to throw it back out. Clever above Legacy. This is awkward for Montclair, but it's handled so well by the last remaining defender. And Lifey pinch just off the left post. Pugsies waits up for the back wall. We'll leave it for Clever. Oh boy, miscommunication, lack of trust, who knows, but they get it out. 4 minutes elapsed in overtime. Now Lifey clears it back out for Gilmore in front of net again. DAFC up, so is Clever. Legacy gets beat to this one. The defense of Montclair is starting to dwindle just a little bit. DAFC, as the last effort, throws it back out. Gilmore sends it to the left side. Lifey, dangerous balls coming off of the corner. Oh my goodness! It all ends here. Montclair State take it 3-1.
Legacy putting home their second goal of the game to go along with 3 saves on 4 shots, ending our 4.5-minute overtime. What a series that was. We pretty much got another game of overtime. I'm willing to call that a 5-game series. The Monarchs will once again fall to the Cyberhawks, and their playoff hopes get a little bit further away. Grant, they've got to turn some things around here in the latter half of the season, but for the Cyberhawks, they will find a much needed win to keep them feeling good about their hopes moving into the playoffs here.
And it always feels good to get that extra win, knowing that you're another step closer to playoffs. Well done to Montclair, and congratulations to both sides. That was a series and a half, regardless of whether or not we went to Game 5. We saw that in Week 1 from these two, and we expected it to be close during this game, and it was. This is just the stuff you see here on the NECC. This is what you guys should come here expecting from the NECC. It just keeps on going, and the action we've got going all night until 11 p.m. Eastern time. We got one more series, me and Ethan casting again. Actually, before we go there, we have a player interview upcoming. We'll see who we can get in here. I don't know, Ethan, who do you think deserves it? Because honestly, I would have had a nomination, except that team ended up not winning.
I think that chat might riot if we don't bring Lifey in. I just get that feeling. You know, there's a lot of Lifey fans in chat. I'm not saying I'm a conformist, but there is a lot of Lifey lore. I'm just not seeing the lore for the other players. You know, it's not as compelling for me. I don't think there's a wrong choice. You called out DAFC a little bit there after game number 2, but definitely picked it up down the stretch. When you look across the board, DAFC, Legacy, and Lifey all really getting it done. Legacy with 2 big goals here in the final game to bring them home. I don't think that there is a wrong decision.
Yeah, I don't think there is a wrong decision either, but I'm good with Lifey. We are actually going to get Legacy and Lifey in the booth for this interview. Actually, you know what? Screw it. We're going to get the entire squad
I've heard of 2 for $1, but 3 for $1. Now, this is a value meal in this group call right now. Oh, my goodness. How are we feeling after that big win over Kings Red?
Good. Feeling pretty good.
Feeling pretty good.
Go.
That's what we like to hear, gentlemen. Listen, that was a great series, and you guys played it quick. It was close, and the endurance game for sure kept it going on and on. Props to you guys, but how do you keep your minds trained that long? What's the training process going into that and being prepared for such a long overtime?
So basically, we were all being really toxic to each other, playing casuals earlier, a little earlier, and then we just all 1v1'd each other. And yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
kind of had fun.
we basically just had fun before this, and like during the match, we were like talking to each other, you know, like helping each other out, telling each other what to do, and just having fun. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Oh, we know what you mean. We get it. That is, I mean, you heard it here first, folks. That's how you get that endurance. Just 1v1 each other and be toxic to your teammates, but all in good fun. Just a little bit of extra salt here. Ethan,
Yeah, you guys are in a bit of the middle of the pack, right around Nichols College and Potomac State. Where do you see yourself lining up? What's the goal for the second half of the season? Are we aiming for a 1-2 seed, trying to topple Durham, sitting at 7-1, trying to topple St. Clair, sitting at 7-1, third place finish? What is the goal in the latter half of the season, starting off with a win here?
So yeah, basically all of our losses are because we usually have our monitors off whenever we lose. But yeah. Other than that, we're gonna topple Durham, as far as I'm aware.
Durham's on the chopping block. I just want it to be known. Monitors will be on next time you play Durham. Last time they weren't.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Just make sure you got them. Power cords, everything. That's good here. What about St. Clair? Scare you one bit?
Nope, not at all.
All right, you heard it here first. Montclair State University, these very Cyberhawks right here, undefeated when the monitors are on.
Oh my god.
Yes, sir.
well, all right, gentlemen, thank you for joining us here. Again, congratulations on your win. Now go do whatever you do to celebrate. Maybe turn off the monitors, walk out, crack open a cold one with the boys. Who knows what you do on these Tuesday nights. Ethan and I have another game, and we will see you boys later. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude this series. We hope you've enjoyed what you've seen, but like I was saying earlier, before the interview, Ethan and I, we are back again in the booth for the next series, so stick around. You don't want to go anywhere. You won't want to miss this one because it just keeps going here on the NECC.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
by Panzer. Dilmac just gonna float this ball all the way and then drop it off the ground. Almost had a ground pinch goal. Loaf now takes it back towards mid. Panzer will then put it into the corner. Dilmac again there. Defensive prowess of Vitamin D-Mac. Sent towards the net by Dilmac, saved by Panzer. A nice pass play from Blast to Dilmac. Blast comes in from Neptune to put that ball back towards mid. All three members of NTC pushed up here. We are scoreless, under 2 minutes in this contest. Again, NTC sitting on match point against Center College. Ball sent in now by Koi. Blast tried to keep it in the zone, could not. Loaf is now going to drop it down, look to put it towards the net, nobody home. Dilmac tried to get a touch on that to clear that ball. Now Blast gonna send it in. Dilmac's going to drop it down, missed it. Panzer gets it away. Now ball sent in for Blast from Koi. Loaf was trying to demo Dilmac. Instead gets demoed by Koi. Koi now looking to get the ball towards mid. He had Blast. A nice play by Panzer. I'm sorry, that was Captain. And then gets demoed by Blast. An ode to Scherf in this contest. Dilmac sends in a beauty! Just under 60 seconds to go. What a shot from Dilmac. Just came out of nowhere and flipped his car into the ball and sent it into the net. EB's betting on NTC. I sure hope you would, EB. We might have to have a conversation if you're not. Dilmac trying to get a flip reset. Ball still floating towards the goal. Centered. Nobody home for NTC. Koi has to retreat. Last man back for the squad. Dilmac clears it into the corner. Captain is there. He's going to look to center it. Nice bump from Koi on the man coming in, Panzer. Ball now sent into the right of the goal. Sent towards the net. Nobody home again for Center College. Blast now just going to pop it in the air. Koi has an open net if he can get there. He puts it to the left of the goal. And Koi scores the second goal with 20 seconds to go here in game number 3. Still 20 seconds is a lot of time in Rocket League time. Dilmac and Panzer head in. Ball sent to the Center College. Blast gonna head up, look to 50 that ball, couldn't get it away from him. Koi just flips it lazily towards the net. Dilmac drops it down. Koi, second opportunity, tries to put it in. Under 10 seconds left here, game number 3. And it is all elementary here at this point. Ball hits the ground and NTC takes the series. Yeah, NTC with just an offensive showing here today. They knew exactly where they were in this contest in the standings, and they weren't going to let their foot off the pedal. 6 shots on goal for NTC, 2 for Center College. And like I said, this was absolutely a phenomenal series for NTC. They knew exactly what they needed to do to keep their name in the conversation for the NECC Spring Cup, and to really just kind of silence the people that tell them that they're not good enough. And I think Dilmac, Blast, and Koi knew exactly what they wanted to show to prove exactly what they were going to do. So NTC again wins the series 3-0. That will bump them up in the standings 7-1. That will also improve their differential to 17 on the season. That differential, that all-important differential between how many games you win and how many games you lose in a series. So again, a 3-0 sweep is phenomenal in this series. So we are going to see if we can get a quick interview with somebody from the squad just to talk about today's matchup. We're going to drop into here. And we're going to talk with the captain. Oh, captain, my captain, Dilly Dilmac. How you doing, my friend? Oh, let me put you on the correct input here. There we are, Dilmac. How you doing, my friend?
Good. How are you, man?
I'm doing fantastic. So let's talk through the matchup here today. NTC, they knew exactly where they were. They were in first place, and they're not going to let off the gas pedal.
Yeah.
So talk us through coming into this matchup, kind of what you were thinking after last week.
So after last week, we played a pretty tough matchup, which was Springfield. And they were really good. They actually were coming from the division above us, and they got knocked down to ours. So playing in that match, that was a good match for us to win, especially, which secured first place for us. And we knew coming into this match that we were obviously going to be facing another good team. All these teams in this division are good, so we had to keep our heads straight. And the beginning of the series, we kind of started to feel them out, and after a little bit, we started to have a little fun. So that was
Absolutely,
definitely a good time.
it's all about having fun as well. So, again, right now sitting pretty at first place, that'll improve your record to 7-1. But again, that all important differential improves to 17 games. And
Yep.
again, that's the tiebreaker. And all eyes right now are going to be on that Howard Community College. I believe they play JWU. Yeah, they play JWU Blue in about an hour.
Yep.
So all eyes are on that matchup. So what are you looking here for the rest of the season? You guys next week have Northern Kentucky 2